Hi, I'm Roy from Elementor, and in this video we're going to build a new page using version 4 atomic elements only, nothing else. The page is a campaign landing page for Yard Studio, an architecture firm that builds home from shipping containers, and it has a single goal: get visitors to book a free consultation call. Version 4 already has everything we need for this page. We'll set up variables and classes as the design system foundation. Then we'll build each section through that system using atomic elements. We'll create a reusable component, build a testimonial section with a video element, and close with the atomic form. So, let's dive in. Before I touch the canvas, I'm setting up the design system. This is the atomic shift. You define your decisions once up front, and everything you build connects back to that. I'll open the variables manager and create color variables. Now to size variables. Section padding, the top and bottom padding I'll use on every section, and content gap, the gap between columns and items throughout. Every time I use these instead of hard-coded numbers, I'm making a promise. Change it once here and it updates everywhere. Variables define the value. Classes go beyond that and also define the scope. Let's set these up. First are classes for my type scale. Any element I apply these to inherits the font, the size, the color, all pointing back to my variables. Now to button classes. First, button, the base class. It handles the shared structure: padding, font size, weight, uppercase. This goes on every button. Then button primary, the modifier. That's where the color lives: text yard maroon, background yard yellow. The base and modifier approach means if I ever need a secondary button style, I add a new modifier class and keep the same button base. One more utility class, container width. This is the inner content wrapper I'll use on every single section. It constrains the content to a max width and centers it on the page. I'll define it once here and apply it everywhere. Okay, let's start building. First, the top bar, yard maroon background, and on the left the logo, on the right a promotional badge in yellow. This is a landing page, so no navigation. Now for the hero section, full bleed background image with text stacked on the left half. I'm adding a large headline: reclaimed, redesigned, ready to live in. Of course, using my variables and classes. A great reason to use the atomic heading, just like all atomic elements, is how light it is. Let's inspect the code. When you have hundreds or thousands of elements, think how much that affects your performance and how much lighter your code base becomes. Okay, back to the hero. We'll add a pre-title description, a button, and a last little FOMO element at the end. Now let's add an entrance motion to the hero. I'll select the headline, Interactions tab, the third tab next to Style, and add an interaction. Now the same for the pre-title and the paragraph, with a short delay. And the button a beat after that. Each element comes in just after the previous one. All of the elements cascading in on load: subtle, professional, and intentional. Now for the process section. I'm going to build this from scratch and then save it as a component. Components is a new Elementor Pro feature that turns your best work into reusable infrastructure and also supports controlled content editing. Here's where components get really powerful. Inside component edit mode, I can choose which content properties are exposed to editors or clients. So I'll expose the step title, the step description, and the watermark number. Everything else, the layout, the spacing, the classes, stays locked. Okay, it's saved, and now I just add it 2 more times. These 3 cards are structurally identical. The component means I define the card once. Any change updates all 3 together. I can add an icon to the component and it shows up in every instance. Now we're going to build a testimonial section. 2 columns side by side. On the left column, a large quote mark in yard yellow, the quote paragraph with body text class, white and italic, author name, bold and white, role muted. Beautiful. On the right column, we'll add an atomic video element. I'll select the project video from the media library. Okay, one more thing, a booking form. Using the brand new atomic form element introduced in version 4.0 for Elementor Pro users. The atomic form is different from the classic form widget we had so far because now each part of the form is a distinct atomic element. The label, the input, the submit button, and the arrow state. Each one is independently selectable and stylable. I can even create a multi-column layout. This is just phase 1 of the atomic form. Soon we will also add more form elements like drop-downs and radio buttons, actions after submit like redirect or webhook, and even conditional logic. We're done building, but I want to show you the moment that actually makes this whole approach click. Say your client wants to test a different yellow on the CTAs, a slightly darker shade. I just go to the variables manager, find yard yellow, and change the value. Watch what updates. Every instance of yard yellow across the whole site updates at once. Before this, I had to hunt every single instance and spend hours or even days on manual tweaking. Now, it's single clicks. And components work in the same way. Go into component edit mode, adjust the font size, and all cards update together. We built a complete campaign landing page end-to-end from scratch, all with new version 4 atomic elements, all connected to a single design system. That's what building with Atomic Editor looks like. Not just faster, more intentional. Because when a decision changes, the site follows. Basically, the system now handles the consistency so you can focus on the design. So, try out version 4 today, drop your thoughts in the comments, and follow for more videos. I'm Roy from Elementor, and I can't wait to see what you create next.